Hey, what's up going on YouTube? So I want to make this little video of making this shelf here in our basement. Let me give you another view of it here. So we have this stick out closet deal for like canned goods and stuff down here in the basement I built. And then there's this awkward space. Excuse the mess, but we have this shelf over here and we're gonna do some different layout with like the wall and everything so we can get some of this mess cleaned up, get a lot more shelving. So basically what I'm doing is replacing something for a lot of that over there to go. And now, these are concrete walls, as you can see. Hopefully the lighting isn't too bad. There's not too much light over here, but I got my first board hooked onto here. Now, there's so many different ways you could do this. I wanted to do it the way that took the least amount of drilling into the concrete. If anyone has drilled into concrete before, they know it's not really fun. It's doable, but it's not fun. Excuse me, also, I have a cold, so I keep sniffing my nose and stuff. But so I did a bolt here, and these are 3-inch, by the way, for these 2x4s. I did one in the middle, did one down there. So I did my first one. There can be stuff down here obviously under it, but our first shelf will be here. See, I did my hole here for the next one. I got my bolt started. Where I'm going through with just a little drill bit where I want the holes to pilot into the wood. I hold the board up there and do one end where I want it, which is the bottom of the 2x4, about 19 inches in this case. And then I just try to run that drill bit into the concrete, just a normal little one. Of course, it doesn't do much, but I do enough to where it puts a mark on the wall. So then I can move my board and actually use my concrete drill bit here on this DeWalt hammer drill, with hammer drill function anyway. And then I can go through and do that. Now I'm gonna do the same thing down here. Once I get that in, I'll put my level on it to make sure it's level, get my board where I want and hold it. And then I'll go through and mark the wall too, and then I can slide the board back down. Since one bolt will only be in the end, that allows you to put your hole in better, because putting hole in concrete, like I said, isn't fun, especially when you're going through a board and a concrete. So it's better when you can do it with without the board being up there. So I just wanted to show what I'm doing here. And then I'm gonna use some thick OSB for the shelving. I'm also gonna wrap a board here on this wall. There'll be one that runs out here. And there'll be one over here in the concrete. 2 bolts should be fine for that. So it'll be like a big box. I might put a couple in between. Not sure yet, since it's not really that far out, may not need it. But there'll be a total of 3 shelves. So I'll try to get different parts in this to help anyone else that's want to do something similar. Here on the second board, got that one in, that one in. I'll attempt to do this with one hand here. I'm using my impact. I may have told you the wrong on the size, actually, now that I think about it. I think these are like 2.5 inch, maybe 2 3/4 something. I think I said 3 inch, but anyway, it's gotta be a good inch or so longer or deeper than your board is, so you got enough to grip onto for it to be strong. So nice and tight on there. All 3 of them. All right, so you can see where I'm at with that. I gotta go get another battery. I stop right there with that. Can't get that bolt in all the way. Gotta go grab another battery, but I got this bottom. Still need to add a few more screws into the face of the board, into these side runners here. But this is what the frame of the shelf looks like, and it all turned out pretty doggone level. Again, coming to concrete, when you go to do your bolts sometimes, or when you're going to put your hole in, your board can move a little bit. But for what this is for, we're still within the lines. It's not absolutely perfect, but for a shelf, it's close enough. And I still do think I'm gonna cut 2x4s and run them right here. It doesn't really help the overall strength too much of the frame, but when I put the OSB on there, it'll kind of give a little bit more for the OSB to set on, since OSB isn't a super strong material. Now, if you're using like 3/4 inch solid plywood, you know, like $100 or more a sheet stuff versus this $30 sheet OSB, then, you know, you kind of be probably okay. But anyway, that's where we're at. All right, so we're getting near the end here. You can see I went through and put that brace right there in the middle, pretty easily tied it up because this little closet, there's a 2x4 inside here, so I was able to angle some screws into that, plus all the concrete. Let's see if I missed anything else. I got these, and of course, because the concrete, especially like over in the corners, see how that kind of sticks out right there in the corners, pushing my deal out a little bit, so it's definitely messing with me. I got a little bit of overhang here, tiny, but not really at the end, but it's okay, especially once it's all painted and everything. So I just gotta, there's that one and that one. I gotta do the bottom one. All right, now all three of them are on there. Sorry again, the lighting's not very good. When I zoom out so you can see it, all the lighting gets worse for whatever reason, but got all of them on there. Almost wondering, I think maybe the concrete actually dips in here a little bit because this little overhang I have one right in the middle on all of them. Gotta get them painted now.